What's up, guys? Today I want to talk about Crowfall and the new Crows and Vessels system. I was intentionally trying to stay away from Crowfall as much as possible, at least until the testing started back up again, just to make the time go by a little faster, but unfortunately this update has sucked me right back in and I'm going to be mashing F5 on the homepage waiting for an update again. So, god damn it, I hate that, that's the worst. But I'm very excited for this new system. They've been teasing it for a while, saying it's going to change the way you think about the game and like saying it was going to blow our minds. And I was sitting back, I think in my last video I was kind of talking shit, saying like, what could it be? Like really? Like it's really going to change the way we think about the game? Like come on. Kind of seen it all at this point. But they lived up to the hype. This is very much out of left field. I was not expecting it at all, and no one else was, because no one predicted what it was correctly. Some people might have gotten a few aspects of it right, maybe, but no one nailed it. So the new Crowfall Crows and Vessels system, I'm gonna try to explain this. I've done 2 takes on this video just because I get so jumbled up trying to explain it clearly, but here we go, try 3. So in Crowfall, everything you do when it comes to permanent character progression and ranking your characters up in a permanent fashion, all of that is done at the account level through your crow, which is essentially your spirit. And you need to think of Crowfall as a game where you only have one character. You only have this one spirit per account. And what you do with that spirit is you can go and play different classes. So your spirit goes into a knight, and now you're running around as that knight. And that, let's say you pick a male human knight to play as. That male human knight is a vehicle. It's disposable, it can break, you need to repair it, or somebody can kill you and take it from you and then drive that male human knight around that you were playing. And there's an entire profession based on building these vessels, which is the bodies that you play as. And people can modify them and change their attributes, and your crow, which is your spirit, has your skill limits. So let's say you have a sword skill of, your spirit has a sword skill of 200, but the knight you have only has a sword skill maximum threshold of 150. Well, it's only going to go to 150. So you essentially train your spirit based on the characters you might want to play. And I like this vessel system, first of all, because it's badass that you can literally loot someone's corpse. Like, corpse looting has a whole new meaning. Not only do you take the stuff on their corpse, you can take their corpse. And I'm assuming you can probably break it down and do all kinds of stuff. And then to have an entire profession based on building people bodies and upgrading them, and that's just insane. But I like it because it opens the floodgates for crazy character builds. Whereas if everything was tied down on one character, people would play things a little safer. With this, you could have a stealthy scout body where you could have like a stealthy knight where wears like cloth armor and he's essentially a scout, or you could have a big knight with a big bruiser that wears heavy gear, whatever. And you could have those 2 different characters you could choose from if you were able to acquire 2 bodies like that. So I like that. It's just really gonna allow for lots of character customization. They've already announced there's 1,500 skills they're aiming for. That's a lot of skills. And again, you progress these skills at the account level, at the crow level. So essentially you have to weigh your options. I think a lot of people saw this and they thought, oh my god, they took away all of the character choice. They took away all of the hard choices and everybody's just going to be re-rolling. That's not the case, because you still have to make those choices, but you make those choices at the crow level instead of at the individual character level. So if you go around and you train your crow to be a super badass, stealthy knight, and you want to play a fucking ranger, well, shit. You gotta now train up as a ranger. And I like this because it gives you, it gives an upper power limit to the people that have been playing for a long time. So this is one of the problems that Eve has, is that the people that have been playing for a really, really long time are very, very, very powerful. And with this game, the longer you play, the more options you have. You can, if you've been playing for a long time, you can, you have more masteries over more classes, but since the vessel is the limiting factor, you know, your actual character that you're playing at that time can only be so powerful. You can only have whatever 175 in swords unless you take away attributes from some other part of your vessel to get to 200. So I like that. I just think it's cool as hell, and I'm curious to see how it's going to play out. It is very different. A lot of people are probably wondering how it's going to affect, like, oh, you know, I don't want to lose my character. I like my characters to look like this. Do I have to play a class I don't want to play? That seems to be not the case. The developers have been heavily saying, like, if you want to only play a knight that looks exactly like this, then you can do this. One of the big concerns people have with this system is that they're afraid that they won't be able to be attached to their character because it's disposable and it can die. However, the thing is with this system is you need to think of your character as your crow. Your character essentially is the crow, not the knight, not the ranger, not the duelist. That's not your character. Your character is the actual spirit. And you can make your knight look the exact same way every single time if you want to. And the developers have been saying that this system will not force you to play a class you don't want to play. A lot of people heard about this system and they thought, oh my god, what if I can't find a knight body and I want to play a knight? Am I forced to play a legionnaire if I can't find a body? There seems to be some sort of way to where you can get a freebie, like you get a free knight body, depending on the campaign rules, I'm sure. But essentially, they've said that you'll be able to play the character you want to play, which makes sense. Like, not allowing people to play the things they want to play is kind of bad game design. But if you want to get those badass vessels where, let's say, and this is where the system I think is very cool. If you want to craft up an epic vessel that has slightly better stats than the shitty one that some guy got for free out of the graveyard, then you can do that. And they've hinted at maybe like potential like legendary vessels that are in like caves or in special marked areas. And this is where I think things could get very cool. What I think would be awesome is to have a like super hyper rare vessel at the start of a campaign, put it up on a mountain and publicly mark it on the map so everyone can see where it is. And this thing, if you got it, you would be like Sauron from Lord of the Rings, just like, just fucking like super powerful. And they can do stuff like this, like have like crazy things like this because the bodies are disposable. That guy's not going to do that the entire campaign. That guy could die and it's gone. Or it could just decay and maybe you can't repair that one. But this system allows for them to do insane shit like that. And I like it because it's another profession. It's another profession in the game. It's gonna give people something to go after, and I just think it's really smart. I just think it's super cool that you can be like, hey, you go up to some necromancer and be like, hey man, I need you to craft me up a champion that is good at, or not a champion, that's a bad word because it's a class. I need you to craft me up a vessel that's got, you know, 200 bow skill and he's dumb as shit, but I want him to also be good with daggers. Like, I think that's fucking cool. I like that concept a lot, and I like the concept of having higher quality bodies because it's a higher risk. So if somebody kills you and takes your epic body, they can use it against you, or it can decay. So it's going to be interesting to see what that middle ground is. There probably will be some sort of like middle ground where people say, hey, you know, the blue body is the best value for bang for your buck. But if you're a real hot shot and you think you can get away with it, maybe you know, pump a little bit more money into this super high quality vessel and go for it. Anyway, I just think it's a cool system. I probably haven't explained it very well. You can go on the website and talk, and they've explained it much better than I have. I just kind of wanted to tell you guys, for all you guys that don't keep up with the game, very excited for the vessel system. I think that is so fucking cool. I think the fact that they have 1,500 skills slated for this game is insane. So the 1,500 skills with the fucking customization, with the armor customization, with the fact that you can wear all types of armor. Dude, people, like, this is going to be a game where you run around and you're constantly just saying, what the fuck? I have never seen that. Like, I have never seen somebody do that before, because I feel like this is going to be a game that really promotes people doing crazy shit just because there's so many options. So in other news, the client-side controller is coming in the next update. Maybe on January, I think there's another, I heard a rumor that there's supposed to be a test on January 6th. So maybe the client-side controller will be in the game then. That will make the lag feel much better. So we got tons of combat improvements. They're adding strafing to the game. They've said that they are not against tweaking animation speeds, but they just kind of want to see how the client side movement affects things. So lots of combat improvements. What else? The 2015 Crowfall packages are being retired. I figured I'd let you guys know. If you buy the game now in 2015, you get a slightly better value than if you do in 2016. If you are watching this video and you missed the deadline, don't worry about it. It's just like you get a few more months of VIP, which is essentially the paid premium membership if you want to do that. So if you buy the game now, you get a better value when it comes out at launch. That's essentially what it is. Oh, I missed this. This is so big. So one of the developers said that the game will be largely playable in 6 months. So I would expect the beta to be sometime in the summer. I don't know what largely playable means. I'm assuming that means a lot of the systems will be in the game and be functional, but they might not have all the archetypes in, they might not have all the buildings in. But I would assume that Crowfall will be a game that will be heavily beta tested. Just because there's no real way for them to see how these long-term campaigns are going to play out without organically actually playing them out long-term. So I think there will be an extensive beta testing phase, and that promos right into my sellout mode. I have a referral code, motherfuckers. So if you want to play the Crowfall beta for free, sign up with that code down below. It's free. Click down there, sign up, you get in the beta for free. For now, I don't know how long this is going to be lasting, but you can get in for free. If you sign up there, you get in. Cool. And if you buy shit, then I get a kickback. So yay, free shit, and then I get paid if you buy shit. How cool is that, right? They gave me a few accounts to give away. I don't know, I can't remember how many. I think they gave me 3 free accounts, so I might give those away, or I might just use them myself, because fuck you guys. But yeah, so use the code down below, sign up if you haven't. Gotta sell out while I can, but I'm legitimately hyped for this game, man. I think this system is cool as hell. And who knows, maybe I'll have another Crowfall video on after the test that might be happening January 6th. Who knows? Summer can't come soon enough. I hope that's true about a lot of the game being playable by 6 months. A lot of people are saying like, that's impossible. There's no way they could do that. I think they're legit. I think that a lot of the game will probably be playable in 6 months, because Crowfall is an ambitious game, but it's not a game that has a lot of like content they have to create in the sense of like dungeons and raids and quests and zones and all that shit. It's not really like, they don't have a lot of like art assets they need to make compared to other MMOs. So I hope that's true, because that'd be awesome. Fucking so hyped for this game. So hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'll see you next time. This is Chad from ISIS. Whenever Chad's not busy terrorizing the free world, he's watching YouTube videos and not leaving likes or comments. Don't be like Chad. Leave a like and let me know what you think of this video in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe, or you might as well just fly off to Syria and join ISIS yourself.